Yo, what's up, chat? It's Riley Anderson, day 3, episode 3, back to back to back bangers. We're certified, we're still stamped, and you know how it is. Today's video, I'm gonna be telling you the tale of how I dropped out of college. And also, I'm gonna be telling you the tale of how I got addicted to TikTok. Let's start off with college. So, after I graduated high school, I was getting a few scholarships for college, and I ended up getting my entire tuition paid for the first year. If you guys don't know, that's kind of a big feat. So I got there, and since it was my first year, I was required to live on campus, and they gave me a random roommate because I didn't really know anybody who was going there. I meet my random roommate the first day. He seems cool, he seems normal. We never really connected. We were two very different people. I was very antisocial, he was very social. And eventually, like maybe a month or two into school, he gets this freaking girlfriend, and she's always at our dorm. I mean, we signed a contract at the start of the year that said anybody can come over whenever. So my name was on that contract, so I couldn't even say nothing. What would end up happening is they would argue a lot. Throughout the night when I was trying to sleep, they'd just be in the room arguing. One night, it was until 2 a.m. That was the night that I was like, finally like, fuck this. But there was also a lot more reasons why I dropped out, not just from my roommate and his girlfriend. Also I was failing all my classes. I was showing up to class, not taking notes, not really paying attention. I was always in my own world. I was like struggling mentally a lot too when I was in college. I was away from family, I was away from all my friends. I would always just stay in my dorm all day doing nothing. I had a lack of motivation to do anything, so I would just lay in bed all day. But what I did find was I had a huge motivation for TikTok. I couldn't stop posting TikToks. I couldn't stop going live on TikTok. That's how we're gonna transition into my tale of how I got addicted to TikTok. When I was growing up, I didn't have TikTok or Musical.ly or Vine or none of that until 7th grade. 7th grade is when I posted my first ever TikTok. I didn't even have a phone at that point. It was off my mom's phone. Shout out all moms, but especially mine. That's when I made my first TikTok. Eventually, when I finally got TikTok myself, I was probably like a freshman or a sophomore. I would just always post TikToks. I would post TikToks at school with my friends. I would just post TikToks wherever, whenever. I was addicted to the feeling of internet attention, the likes and the comments and the followers that came with it. My first ever live, I got a Galaxy. And I was like, man, wow. If I can make money doing this, I would love that. So I started going live every day. And this is part of the reason I dropped out too. I wasn't doing homework. I was just going live every day when I got back to my dorm. Every single hour I wasn't in class. I saw that gift coming. I was like, wow, I just got to keep grinding so I can really make this something. It didn't end up becoming anything because I didn't dedicate myself to it hard enough. I think that's the main reason. I stopped going live every day. I just kind of stopped going live. Another big part of my TikTok journey was when I first had a viral video. It was like Hopecore, but then at the end I just called everybody fat and it went viral. It did like 800,000 likes or something, like 2 million views or some shit. That really helped set the hook. Back in my college days, I would post like multiple times a day. Now we're on to YouTube. I still do TikTok a lot, and you can find me at Timmy Bag Chaser on TikTok. That's the story of how I dropped out of college and the story of how I got addicted to TikTok. If you want to hear more stories like this, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you want to hear me yap about next. Give me some topics. Ask questions too. But that's it for today's video, guys. Peace out. Bye.